Well, today is our last day of talking about renunciation. We're not going to leave it behind, I assure you, we're not. But I want to connect it to what we've done so far, which is generosity and sila. The practice of mindfulness is grounded in a field of non-harm and goodwill, in sila. It's grounded in sila, in ethical conduct, in growing our ethical rudder. How do we, and sila means actually knowing when we've caused harm, right? Knowing that and moving in the direction of non-harm and goodwill. So we cultivate non-harm and goodwill, but we also learn how to notice and let go of harmfulness and move in this direction. That's what the whole of the practice is about. So it's a very big deal, actually. It's a very big deal, especially in today's world, when we are surrounded by fake news, when it's getting harder to reality check out there. How do we know inside when we've done something unskillful? Right? How do we really know that? What tells us that? Who tells us that? Who in your close circle of people will be honest enough to tell you the truth when you've caused them harm or when they see you being unskillful? They're the people we want to have around. They're our teachers. So here's a real example. When Bill and I are scrappy with one another, and one of us points it out to the other one saying, hey, hold on a minute, and holds a mirror up to the other one, we are being good teachers to each other. We are being good friends to one another. We are helping each other to hold the desire, the aim to move in the direction of non-harm and goodwill. I want to have someone around, even though it feels exceedingly uncomfortable to be told when you're being unskillful. It doesn't feel good, but I'm deeply grateful. Maybe not in the moment, but certainly later. But beyond that, beyond someone telling you or Bill telling me that I'm being unskillful, how do we know for ourselves that we've been unskillful? How often does it really register in us that we're causing harm? Can you feel it? Can you really feel the yuck? Can you feel the discomfort? Do you make the connection between what has just happened and how you feel inside? This felt experience, it's very important in mindfulness practice. This is actually how we grow wisdom, is by learning to feel inside and feel the truth of what's happening. And so if I've been unskillful, or if I'm being unskillful, and I kind of turn and notice that experience of, the tightening in my chest and beating of my heart and the discomfort and the anger, well, that's a mindfulness bell. Not pretty, but it's a mindfulness bell. Let it register. Let it register inside when you're doing something like that, and you feel that the sinking feeling, or the tightness, or that nagging, gnawing feeling of like, and you can't even be in your skin. Let that feeling register, because that is your ethical rudder giving you a signal saying, hey, you've gone off course. Come on back over here. That's what we want. We want to feel that signal. We want to let that signal register. It's a wake-up call. That's what mindfulness bells are. They're wake-up calls. They wake us up. It's like a saving grace. It's not a good thing, but because it doesn't feel comfortable, but it is a good thing, but it doesn't feel uncomfortable. Often, seeing the signal and feeling it, though, is exceedingly important, because in that moment of seeing or feeling the discomfort, we create choice. We create a moment of choice. We create a gap, a break in the storm, a break in the clouds. So for that moment, we are not completely lost in the drama. We have created a little foothold to find our way out. That's what we have. By seeing and feeling that discomfort and letting it register, even if we can't in that moment stop, even if I'm too upset and I still say one more thing, that I've seen it and feel that I'm beginning to put a little stake in the ground and saying, I'm going to start to notice this. I want to see when I'm being unskillful. I want to pull the reins in. I want to have the choice to pull the reins in. I want to learn how to do something different. Refraining from the unskillful is part of sila. We refrain from the unwholesome and we cultivate the wholesome, right? That's the whole of the practice. So we refrain from putting another log on the fire, as Bill Morgan likes to say, right? We refrain from that. Now hear that word refrain. Refrain is active. When I feel the force of being angry or upset and I hold back, believe me, it's active. I'm working to resist the impulse to put that other log on the fire, to say that one more thing. I'm resisting that because I don't want to cause more harm. That's why. And we want to interrupt harmfulness, interrupt it many, many times. That's good practice. That's good news. That's exactly how we grow our ethical rudder. That's exactly how we grow it. And this though can be very hard to do when, you know, we're caught up in the emotion. And I speak of my anger because I know, like, for me, the learning how to hold that and hold that well, it's not comfortable in here. And so what comes with that is also this learning of how to be patient and how to be non-judgmental, which is what mindfulness is asking us. It's saying, look, but please look without judgment. Please look as if a dear friend or a wise elder was saying to you, hey, darling, you're going a little too far off course here. Let's right the ship. So we have to be willing to remind ourselves that we're going to make mistakes. We're going to step right in it. I will continue, I'm sure, to step in my anger. And I will learn more quickly how to veer out of it, how to refrain from enacting it, how to refrain from speaking it, and learn how to hold that feeling and let it digest and metabolize out and not cause more harm to me and not cause more harm to Bill or anyone else. That's my job. That's my job as a good meditator, as a good mindfulness meditator. And also this knowing that we're going to make mistakes, knowing that we won't always be able to see or able to stop. We also want to remember that we're still good people. That's why we have that line. That's why Bill and I have that line. You're still a good person. You know, I might like say something unskillful and then ask to have a do-over. And one of us will say, you know, but you're still a good person. You know, we need to remember that a lot. And that this is hard work and good work. And it's good work that we're doing that. So much appreciation for our looking, our willingness to see. Because the truth is that no one wants to look at their underbelly. No one wants to look at that shadow. And we all have one. We all have one. So if we're interested in growing kinder and wiser, if we're interested in growing our hearts, well, we want to see when we're being unskillful and when we're being skillful. We want to get to know the ways of unskillfulness and the ways of skillfulness so that we can put the brakes on the unskillfulness and we can keep cultivating the skillful. And each time we see our unskillfulness in particular, we really want to see it with appreciation. It's hard to see. It's not something we want to see. And we want to really appreciate that this is what's going to help us grow our ethical rudder. It's our job. It's our job to learn how to see the signs. And that is what it is. When I feel the rush or the charge of my emotion, that's a sign. If I can see it and catch it, I can take a nice big inhalation, tether the breath to the body to the ground, and smooth it out in there. But if I don't see it, I'm going to get activated. I will likely say something unskillful, cause that person harm, and cause myself harm. That's how it goes. So I want to see the signs, but I don't just want to see the signs, because the truth is that we see a lot. Driving down the highway, you see a lot of signs, but you don't read every one. It's just as we get closer to our destination, we say, oh, there's Mahoney Drive. Oh, there's Fairfax Drive. Oh, there's Mayhew Street. That's where I want to go. We want to learn how to see the signs and read the signs. Oh, that's what's going on right now. Oh, and then feel the dis-ease that comes from being unskillful, and feel the ease that comes from being skillful. Right? By being mindful, by paying attention in a non-judgmental and a way that's as if a beneficial presence was watching. Non-judgmental, and in that way, we want to see the signs, catch ourselves in the act and say, oh, do you really want to say that? Do you really want to do that? Right? Right? We want to catch ourselves in the act and really feel what's happening. Because as we do that, we can then slowly right the ship. That's what the ethical rudder is about. It's about learning how to stay the course of non-harm and goodwill. Right? So we slowly begin to renounce, to let go of the unskillful. And we slowly begin to cultivate and make choices that move us in the direction of non-harm and goodwill. You see the wisdom of that. This is a generosity that we offer ourselves and others by growing our ethical rudder, by seeing these things, seeing the unskillful and seeing the skillful, renouncing, doing our best to let go of the unskillful, and doing our best to keep orienting and cultivating non-harm and goodwill. We can do this. We can do this. It's for our welfare and for others. So, thank you for your kind attention. And we're going to bring this right into our practice. And I'd like to invite you to take a few big breaths, and move it around, open up the body, however the body feels inclined to move, to create some space, to let go of what is unnecessary to hold on to in this moment. Let's open it up. See this as not extraneous, but actually very much a part of our practice. Immediate effect, letting go of tension, letting go of stress, letting go of whatever we were just doing, and coming into the present moment. And coming into the present moment and into the body. Let's feel into a posture that feels as comfortable as it can be this morning or at this hour of the day. And let the dust settle, because it takes a little while for the body to catch up to what's happening and feel like it doesn't have to attend even the way it was attending 5 minutes ago. Now we go inside. And we feel and we breathe. Let the body have as much space as it needs to settle down. And as we orient toward non-harm and goodwill, keep allowing the body, the organism, to let go of stress, even right now, to maybe soften around the eyes, and soften around the whole of the face, the jaw, the mouth. Let the teeth part just a bit. And soften around the neck and down the shoulders. And draw the attention down the arms and let the hands come to rest wherever they are. And draw the attention down the torso, the chest and the abdomen and the back. Soften the belly. And let the base of the body feel the ground underneath and really rest. Assured that the ground underneath can hold you. And on the next inhalation, drawing attention up the torso, through the neck, through the head. So we lengthen long on the inhalation and widen, filling the interior with fresh air and space. And on the exhalation, soften and settle all the way down through the torso into the base, onto the ground. Let it go. Let go of whatever tension is there with the exhalation. Stay in real time and feeling this body breathing, sitting here and attending to its comfort and ease. So we give the mind something to do other than to think. Come into the body and feel. breathing and feeling, softening, softening the tensions that arise and pass through. Now, with the next inhalation, follow that inhalation all the way in and breathe life inside again. Feel back into this body in the present moment. Feel into the experience of rest and ease, whatever's there. And see if you can soften some of the edges of tension and holding. And maybe appreciate just this moment, sitting here breathing as comfortably as you can be. And drop in the awareness of all of us sitting here together. Take the next few minutes and breathe with and in and through the awareness that you're in a field of goodwill. Let the organism register that. This is a sign, a wholesome sign. Thank you all for your practice.